Blessed be God forever. Like most human beings, I used to be a guy who would be always angry, perhaps even envious, at people who are better than me, whether they be whether it be in sports, education, fame, wealth, or even in simple debates. Well, this was me during my very young formative years. In Tagalog, ayaw magpatalo. It's bad, no? I don't want others to be outwitting me or outfoxing me. Ayoko nun. Those were the days. Now I believe that's the reason why people become picon or short-tempered, like me then. I remember after coming of age, after landing and having my first job, I'd come home very angry. Why? For simple reasons. Like when I lost in a horse race. I lost my bet, my money in the horse race. And also during those days, I used to bet in the what you call karera ng bangka, race of small boats. You know, we would cut out plastic boat-shaped objects, no? From bottle cups. And then one of the guys would put them in a stick, all lined up, and then we'll put these plastic boats, because it's plastic, it will float in the canals with continuous running water after a heavy flood. And there will be some distance for the finish line. So only one boat will win. So if you win, you get all the money from the pot, from the pool. Sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. And I hate losing. Wow. So my mom and grandma, bless their souls, would always tell me, if you don't want to lose, why bet? It's gambling, and gambling is a game of chance. Sometimes you lose, sometimes you win. Wow. I love my parents and my grandma, bless their souls, because they would just allow me to settle down, would give me some space until I realize what I've done and I cool off. Then in my early years of my married life, I also envied people, sometimes even close friends, who earned higher income than me, higher salaries, thinking that I'm better than them, that I deserve more than what they got. Then to settle things down, because again I was angry, I was upset, I've got tantrums, my wife would just simply tell me that they are lucky because they got higher paying jobs. I very much appreciate my wife, who would always stay at my side, support me through thick and thin, and even say good words at me and understand me. She'd sit through all these odysseys of mine, of fits of anger, of tantrums, and even listening to my bad mouth. What often makes me settle down was her frequent reminder when I am upset, when I am having these tantrums, that what I was doing was very unchristian like. Sorry. Well, I hope that I've settled, I've changed since those young days. And I thank my wife, my parents, my grandma, even my children who are around me to support me. In today's Holy Gospel, Jesus gives another parable in relation to my story. No? It is the parable of the laborers of the vineyard. It's in Matthew chapter 20, verses 1 to 16. In the Gospel, laborers, after agreeing on the work that they've got to do and the pay, grumbled with the vineyard owner after they felt cheated, because they saw they learned that those who work for a few number of hours got the same pay as them who work the full long hours of the day. Well, the moral of the story here is that we should not be envious if people get more, or in another term, luckier, no? Mas naging maswerte. Jesus wants us to point out that He is at liberty to give all of us in accordance to our needs, in accordance to the way that we handle things. In another parable, the parable of the talents, He said to the good shepherd, or to the good worker, He would say, "Well done, my good and faithful servant. You have been faithful in little things, in few things. I will put you in charge of many bigger things. Come and share in your master's happiness." I hope He says that to us at the end of our term. It is said that the secret of a happy life is a grateful spirit. I've always heard this, even from my kids. I also tell this a lot nowadays, especially after all those bad years of tantrums. Count your blessings instead of your woes. That's my prayer for today, that the Lord will guide us in our chosen vocation, that we will use our talents for the good of one another and for His greater honor and glory. I pray continuously that He will help us, help in guarding our thoughts, our words, and our actions. So, with this, I'd like to tell you, stay healthy. A good Sunday morning. Don't forget to go to Mass. And God bless.